So springtime and summertime. To me, that is grilling time. And grilling time can be a family time. Grilling time, sometimes food tastes better when it's cooked on the grill. So one of my favorite activities to do is to grill at the Oklahoma State University home football games. I have a pretty mean steak bite recipe. I've been told it's pretty tasty. At the end of the presentation, I'll tell you how to cook those steak bites. So as we talk about grilling, let's remember that while grilling can be fun and grilling should be a family time, accidents can happen. So generally, there's about 19,000 people a year that have to visit the emergency rooms because of accidents made with grilling. And generally those are because we've touched a hot grill or we touched maybe the charcoal itself. So kids under 5 years old account for 38% of those emergency room visits. So we need to make sure we keep kids and pets at least 3 feet away from the grill. The other one we run into is because the grills, the fires get out of control and they burn our homes and our decks and our other structures around our house. So we want to make sure we keep those at least 10 feet away from your house and your structures. You know, the other thing that we need to make sure of when we're using charcoal grills, we want to make sure that we don't cook inside a closed area because a charcoal grill releases carbon monoxide. And then the last thing we're going to talk about safety-wise before we talk about how to light the grill is we need to be prepared for grill flare-ups. Grill flare-ups are going to happen, guys. That's when the grease from the meat that you're cooking drips on the hot charcoal or on the propane flames and it flares up. So we need to make sure that we realize that we never use water, but we do need to keep some baking soda on hand so we can douse those flare-ups. The other thing you can do to minimize flare-ups is to have the 2-zone method for cooking. So on the gas grill, you'll notice that I have 2 burners. So a 2-zone method would be 1 burner would be lit and 1 burner would not be lit. Or you could use the upper rail. But what you do is while you're cooking, if you have a flare-up, you move the meat over to the area that does not have the flame underneath it, or you move it up to the warming rack. On the charcoal grill, we're going to show you that we don't put the charcoal across the whole grill. We leave 1/3 to 1/2 of the grill without charcoal briquettes under it so that when the meat flares up, we can move it over to the other side of the grill. Grilling time can be a fun time. Let's talk about how to light these grills. So the first thing we do on a propane grill is we make sure our lid is always open. When the lid is open, it allows the gas to dissipate in an open flame because we don't want the grill closed because the gas will collect in there and then we can have an explosion. So to light your grill, you have your lid open. We reach in here and we open our tank. We open the valve to the tank. And then you're going to turn on your burner and you're going to press your igniter switch, which lights the deal. So when we get ready to turn off our grill, what do we do first? Do we turn the burner off first or do we turn the tank off first? We always turn the tank off to shut off the supply of gas. So we have our gas shut off, we have our lid open, and now we turn the burner off. Completes the shutdown, and then we've had no gas accumulate under our lid. So let's move over here and let's talk about lighting the charcoal grill. So on the charcoal grill, first of all, you form a mound of charcoal briquettes, and you kind of decide how much meat are you going to cook. And so you pour in your charcoal briquettes, forming a mound there, and then you'll light those. Now, Some charcoal has the charcoal lighter already in the briquettes, and that's what I use today because that's what I could find at the grocery store. So you can also have charcoal briquettes that does not have that in there. In that case, you use a charcoal lighter. Let me stress that you only use charcoal lighter to light the fire. We don't use other products such as gasoline to light our fire. We only use charcoal lighter and charcoal briquettes to light our fire. And if I can figure out how to So after we've lit our charcoal, we're going to let those sit there for about 15 minutes. And as that charcoal sits there for 15 minutes, you'll know it's ready to start cooking because the charcoal is going to be completely ashed over with white ash, and then you can start cooking. And so you'll use a long-handled utensil to spread the charcoal briquettes. Then you'll replace your grate over there, and you're ready to cook. Grilling time can be a family time. Make sure it's always under supervision of your parents and that you have a fun time doing that. Now, at the end of today's presentation, there's going to be a learning activity sheet. Those of you that take the time to do that learning activity sheet, or send me a picture of your beef bites. Let me make sure I give you that how I cook my beef bites. You take a strip steak, you cut it into bite-sized pieces. You take 1 part Italian dressing, 1 part soy sauce. You mix those 2 ingredients together, throw a 1/4 cup of brown sugar in there, mix it up, put your beef bites in there, let it marinate overnight, and you have a really tasty beef bites. If you're ever at an Oklahoma State University football game and you see me cooking my beef bites, stop by. I'll give you one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping, listening to our video, and have a great time.